Welcome back to Astrology Beans and Tarot. Today's reading, we are going to look at the dynamic. This question was brought up along with the dynamic between the Sheikh Hamdan and his wife. Also, it was brought up about just about the decision to have the baby. Things of that nature. People were just kind of surprised that he had a set of twins before he had a baby with her. So we are going to look at the dynamic between the two of them, of, you know, what brought them together, if there was like a decision to be made, if it was kind of like their duty to have a kid, or something of that nature. So that's what today's reading is going to look at and investigate. Remember, everything that I say in this video is for fun. Tarot should never be taken seriously or considered as fact, ever. It's for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. So let's begin. First card, give us a general look at what's going to come out. Two of Wands. So this represents making plans and taking action towards achieving long-term goals. So, baby. They were just kind of thinking about the future and making plans together for it. So it sounds like the baby was indeed planned, was not an accident or an oops baby or a surprise baby. It was definitely a planned baby, pregnancy, whatever you want to call it. It looks like it was definitely planned. And for this reading, I'm going to have him on this side. The middle is the vibe between them, and then she will be over here. So for him, Queen of Wands reversed between them, 10 of Swords, and for her, 5 of Swords. Okay, so for him, Queen of Wands reversed. He was not excited. Lack of passion. Was not confident in this. And he just wasn't feeling it. For her, 5 of Swords. This represents conflict, deceit, dishonesty, possible power struggle or disagreement. It looks like they had to resolve an issue. I don't know if she was lying, being dishonest, if someone was lying and being dishonest to her, but it looks like someone wasn't being honest. Ten of Swords. Remember, this is the energy between the two of them. Betrayal, loss, painful endings. Feeling overwhelmed, defeated in the relationship, and let go of something that's no longer serving them. That could be loss of their old dynamic, loss of not being parents together. He was already a parent, she was not. So that could be what it is. Painful ending. Maybe for him it was a painful ending. but they needed to overcome some pretty big obstacles, it looks like, before they were able to get on this same page to conceive this baby. And this just kind of popped into my head. I don't like talking about pregnancy in readings or anything like that. I'll talk about it once a child is here. But maybe it could have been they had a hard time conceiving, and that could be the situation. But I'm not going to elaborate on that. I just kind of threw that out there because that popped into my head. But I'm not going to go into detail on that. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But I'm just saying, that could have been a possibility of the loss or something that they needed to get over. That's what I'm talking about. And that could have been, where his lack of confidence was. But that's about as much as I'm going to say about that. Okay, let's move forward. Nine of Swords, anxiety, fear, nightmares, underlying worries, insecurities that needed to be addressed and worked through. For her, Nine of Pentacles reversed, financial struggles, lack of independence, over-dependence on others. It seems like she needed the financial security, self-sufficiency maybe. No, not self-sufficiency. I'm not getting that. Boundaries. I'm getting boundaries. I almost wonder if she did not respect boundaries before and she needed to start respecting boundaries before this could take place. And that could be where his anxiety and fear was, that before she wasn't respecting boundaries and he didn't want to have a kid, and then she would have full access to him or something like that. Because the Four of Wands is showing celebration, harmony, sense of accomplishment. So it's showing stability. So it shows that, they did have a lot of obstacles to jump through and to get over before this child could have come into existence. But it looks like they were able to find a mutual respect and to get on the same page. It just took a lot of work. King of Pentacles, stability, abundance, financial success. That is him. He is the financial provider, caretaker. For her, Three of Wands, it represents expansion, anticipation. They're embarking on their new adventure together, i.e. parenthood together. She was super excited about this. This is what she wanted to do. The Eight of Cups reversed. Something definitely in the past was there, kind of holding everything up. There was definitely a lot of issues going on in the past that they needed to get over, they needed to remedy, they needed to just get past, because the Eight of Cups reversed is moving on from the past, letting go of emotional baggage. Someone was holding on to old grudges or unresolved issues. and they needed to get over those before they could have moved forward. For him, Lovers reversed, disharmony, conflict, difficult choices. More honesty, communication, compromise was needed. There was definitely an issue. A lot of disharmony, conflict was going on. And to be honest, it wouldn't have been a good environment to bring a child into anyway if it's a toxic environment where people are not getting along, there's no harmony. So I'm glad, just by the way it looks like they were kind of able to get on the same page, get over a few things from the past, move forward as adults, to bring a child in, because there's nothing worse than bringing a child into a toxic environment. For her, Three of Swords, heartbreak, loss, grief, shows just them going through a difficult emotional period, and they needed to find a way to heal and move on. King of Wands reversed, impulsiveness, recklessness, lack of self-direction, definitely more focus, self-control, responsibility to achieve the goals. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that they both maybe needed to grow up, get on the same page. I'm getting, like, this baby wasn't conceived out of love. This was kind of an obligation that they both had to do. And so they kind of had to step up. More self-control, focus, responsibility. So it was a responsibility they needed to do, and yeah. Two of Swords for him, decision-making, balance, uncertainty. They were struggling, or he was struggling with a difficult choice or a dilemma. He definitely had to weigh a lot of pros and cons and make a clear decision about bringing this child into the world. For her, Six of Wands reversed. Lack of recognition or success in the relationship. Maybe she thought she was trying hard enough, or maybe she thought she was doing enough, or maybe she thought whatever she was doing was okay and it wasn't. She was just kind of feeling unsupported, unappreciated by him. There was also, and this could be because he has twins with someone else, a sense of competition or jealousy within the relationship from her end, which obviously would lead to conflicts and tension. So maybe she was just kind of feeling a little jealous and she was acting out. He didn't like it, and they had to work on that. Nine of Wands reversed. Lack of courage, perseverance. They were both just kind of feeling depleted, exhausted, burnt out. They needed to take a break, seek support in others to recharge and regain strength. So it definitely looks like they had a lot to work on, a lot to overcome, a lot to just either get over, move on from, before they could bring this child into this world. I mean, obviously they did But it just seems like there was a lot going on behind the scenes, and that's probably why they did not have a baby right after the wedding. So just kind of overall, with the conflicts, tension, emotional pain, they were just kind of going through it. One of them may have been feeling stuck. One of them may be feeling insecure, unsupported. I mean, it could have been financial stress. Maybe they couldn't agree on financial obligations, things like that. But they were able to, it looks like they were able to grow and expand and kind of get on some sort of stability and overcome the challenges. So they were able to start building communication, which is the most important thing. Even if you are just going to co-parent, communication is key. That's how it is in any relationship, platonic, professional, co-parent, marriage. Communication is key because we are not mind readers. We cannot read your mind. So even if they're co-parenting, they had got to figure out a way to trust, communicate, and, you know, if it, just kind of connect on that level. Definitely let go of the past. There's no reason to bring the past into the present and negative patterns, because that's not going to help anything in the present or future if you keep bringing the past up. Just kind of help each other grow. I mean, they're parents, so that's what they need to do. So it definitely looks like this baby was planned. It looks like they were just kind of meeting their obligation as to who they are. So that's what I got from the cards. It doesn't look like it was conceived out of love. It doesn't look like it was conceived by accident. It doesn't look like it was, you know, it just kind of seems like they got the job done, pretty much. And now they have to figure out how to co-parent. So that's what I got for this reading. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments section below. And thanks for watching.